Hi everyone, welcome to my video for July. And I've got so much to share, I don't know where to start, so I'll just go with whatever feels intuitively right. I have got a cold, so I'm sorry my voice might get rather bad, but I'll do my best. Okay. So if you recall, a couple of months ago, you might be getting sick of me showing this card, but it's really become an ongoing message. It's just amazing. So it was from 2 months ago, and then the video even last month in June, I also talked about it and gave some further insight. And again, I recall me saying about St. Christopher and also wearing metal and silver has been a strong message, and I had some understanding definitely of what that meant at the time, but also since then that has grown even more, and I still think that there's more to it that will come to me later. But the funny thing that happened after that was right after I made that last video, my husband and I were watching Lost in Space, the new series, and right in the middle of the series, one of the characters had a St. Christopher medal to represent protection. So they were on some planet. I happen to have one now because I realized as well that my son had a St. Christopher medal, so I'm now wearing it with silver on my neck. But I just got vibes, you know, so many tingles when I saw that. It was amazing. For that, how random would it be that you're watching some random movie, especially Lost in Space, and they're making this big deal out of a St. Christopher medal, and that it's for protection as well. So allow that to be a message for everyone, and never stop believing in signs. Signs are real, they are true, they're amazing. The more you are aware of them, the more they expand, the more they reveal themselves, okay? So don't doubt it. I kept getting signs about not only that, but also silver and metal. It was just amazing. I think the next day or around that time, not long after, I went and bought, again for my husband, I bought him some business socks, some black socks. Anyway, as I was unraveling and cutting off the label, this stood out to me. So I don't know if you can see it there. I'll just put it right there. Okay, but what does it say? It says silver protection. Can you believe it? Like, what pair of socks has silver protection written on it? How random is that? So not only, I mean, with our logical mind, we can say, oh, okay, that's a bit of a coincidence. No, I'm past beyond that. This has been going on for years. I know it's a sign and I feel it as well. And it was really powerful again. It's just amazing. So I get really excited about these things. Okay, so moving on from that. So I've just uploaded a video about spiritual awakening and what that means today, and how it's getting bigger and bigger, this great awakening that we're in. So if you don't know about this, please start to look into it. And if you're already on that path, go deeper. Okay, this is a really pivotal month. I've been talking about it for a while, even back, I think in January, I mentioned that I felt it's going to be really intense. Don't let that, you know, send you going, oh my God, you know, shit, all I need now is more of this bloody shit energy, but an intensity in my life, because yeah, we've gone through so much, right? So don't let that allow you to send you off path. It's all good, okay? So obviously when I make these videos, I'm in a better space myself, because, you know, I go through things just like you do. The difference is, I think, when I feel better or I'm feeling that vibe, that's when I'll step out and make a video, okay? So I'm making it when I'm feeling things in a better way, to give guidance for everybody. I'm no good to anybody if I'm like miserable and all of that, okay? So I think the message in all of this is, okay, so July, massive month. We've got 2 eclipses happening. We've got Mercury retrograde sandwiched in between. I've got information about all of that, as well as the dates in my newsletter. So the link's below this video to get that. And so energetically, you know, that's full on its own, okay? Eclipses bring out illumination of truth. That's one of their big things that they do. And I feel that on a, not only just on a private level for yourself personally, because we've all got our own truths that need to be revealed. We're like onions with layers of skins that keep needing to reveal themselves, and there's lots that we push down, right? But on a global scale too. So you already know this, you know, so these bits and pieces are being revealed, and perhaps you're following some alternative news as well. And if you're not already, you know, start looking into it. Things like QAnon and a lot of information that, you know, people are sharing on the internet about goings on in the world, and the trickery and deception and this kind of you know, mask of truth that we've been presented, that, you know, we got sucked in, and but reality is not like, you know, how it appears. Okay, so we're all on different parts of that journey, and we've all got our own interests and so on. Okay, and we all have our up and down periods, but there are periods where this sort of this universal energy sweeps through to allow whatever healing truth releasing whatever to do its thing. Okay, so that's what will be happening. Hopefully I'll have time to do a Facebook live, you know, about all this eclipse energy and so on, what it all means, and a bit more insight or something like that when I recover. But it will be school holidays too, and I always get really inundated in the school holidays and drowned by my kids, but it's all good. I'll be seeing clients too. So, but okay, so messages for this month. So first of all, it's about releasing and surrendering. When I surrender is massive, okay? Just surrender. You know what it's like. It can be really hard and difficult when you're going through stuff. Just surrender. Lean into it. If shit's going down, go down with the shit, okay? But don't give up on your faith. Allow your faith to slowly be restored, and just go, okay, this is... whatever's got to happen's got to happen, but I'm going to come through, okay? Because you always do in the end. It's like a phoenix rising. So surrendering is huge, and just allowing things to be, and getting insight and wisdom for yourself, trusting in developments that are happening for you personally and around the world, okay? If there, like I've said earlier on, I did feel that there would be intensity. I didn't know anything about the eclipses at this stage or anything like that. I wouldn't have had a clue, but I just felt, and the angels are telling me, and I've written down those messages in my newsletter, so you can read those in detail, that were pre-given. But yes, I mean, look, it does feel like there are going to be, okay, there are going to be difficult world events, such as, it feels like, yeah, that kind of thing, like the terror activity and all that kind of thing, the shootings, whatever. Yeah, like my gut is clenching. So, I mean, you know, obviously stuff goes on all the time, but there's sometimes that it's even deeper, and I do feel an occultish link to this, meaning, and of course you're only going to understand that if you've been looking into these things. Otherwise, it's going to sound so extreme and unworldly or different, but there are events that are designed and made to look like 9/11 is prime example. And funny I mentioned that, because I'm actually going to be talking about that in a second. They're designed to made look a certain way, but really it's because there's an agenda behind it, and they've really been masterminded behind the scenes, okay? And there's a lot of that going on. So definitely feeling that for July, also going through to August. The 8/8 today on the news, I just saw this this event of the Maryland shooting of the, like, a newspaper headquarters. It's all just new and fresh, but bold, right in your face, like we say in Australia, like it's popping out like dog's balls. Sorry, but it's just, to me, that's a really funny expression. I love to use it, but it's so true. But was this big number, 888. The building number was 888, and of course they love to do that. They love to show these signs, these numbers. Okay, they are using them in nefarious ways. I'm not Looney Tune. I'm not looking for this information. It's just standing out like dog's balls. Okay. So 9/11 I write about in my current newsletter. I've been in the process of executing all these articles about these kinds of things. So there's different, some articles are updated and some are new. So there's obviously the 9/11 event in New York that happened in 2001. And I write about that and a lot of the occult use, negative use of the numbers 9 and 11 and 9/11 and all of that. Also prophecy and prediction about 9/11. and conspiracy theory and truth movement. I really like to use the term truth movement lately. I think that the term conspiracy theory has really been not understood and looked at as something just stupid and ridiculous and, and out there. And there's so much truth in a lot of the conspiracy theory, and at the end of the day, we're talking about conspiracies that other people have been, executing on humanity and on Earth. So they're really important. So this matches my recent video about spiritual awakening in recent times, because I really feel like the truth movement is getting bigger. So we're all undergoing this great awakening, and there's many aspects of awakening. There's the spiritual awakening, there's the political, socio-economic awakening of, hang on a minute, what's going on? Who's controlling this world? I'm going to be publishing articles about a lot of things, the hidden hand, the Illuminati, the satanic ritual abuse is a real thing, okay? It is a real thing. And it's not just some little secret religious groups and cults, it's much more than that. It's infiltrating a lot, okay? It's all to do with the money, everything, the banks, it's all connected, it's all interconnected. So I would like to share this information one by one. I'm going to be spinning off these articles, so I really hope that you have a chance to read them. I know they're not for everybody, but it's all part of everything. It's all connected. Spiritual energy, spiritual forces, the light, the dark, everything is connected. So I feel like there's an uprising. The truth movement is huge, and I feel that that's a perfect timing for, if it's going to be a period of intensity, allow there also to be a period of great positive awakening and change happening. We're going to go through periods where it's good and bad and, great and shit. And the shit's bigger than the good and all of that, but we'll get through it, okay? There's always hope, okay? I really believe in that. So at any time of difficulties, go back to these videos and feel and hear and believe, because you will trust with your intuition, because myself as a spiritual healer, energy worker, and the intuitive work that I do, it's all about communicating truths to those who are willing and ready to hear it, that feel drawn, that feel connected, and that feel that it's a trustworthy source. And it really is up to you. I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe. No, I'm not into that at all. I don't like doctrine or anything like that, and I'm not an expert in anything, okay? I just have interest and I follow my heart, okay? And I do my work and I follow my guidance, and then I like to share it when I can with you. So I really do believe that despite all the difficulties and darkness, there is always, always hope. This is huge. Watch your solar plexus this month. A lot of us get that energy and traps in there around our stomach area. Okay, that ball of yellow light, there it is again. I see how there's a repetition in the cards. I mean, I use cards often in these videos. I don't always use most of the time I don't use cards in my readings, but sometimes I do for people personally. But they're just amazing. They just give all this insight, and you can draw your own conclusions as well, but see all of that, okay? So this is a time to, and also this share the love, look at that. Okay, so what I'm guided to say right now about this card is see the target now. Now, if you've watched my videos about the Melbourne plane crash that happened, I think Feb 2017, I mentioned the red target symbol, okay, and in connection with places or people being targeted and terrorist attacks and that kind of thing, and as a negative symbol. Here I see it be subverted into share your love. This is about the heart, coming to the heart. So what the message in this is, whatever they're doing, whatever they're doing, whatever they're targeting, the fear that they're trying to get us to buy into and fall under, that's when we become spiritually attacked. And that's where our defenses come down and we become pulled down by it all, and it all becomes unbearable mentally, emotionally, physically, and just in our lives. This is about subverting that and turning it around, flipping that switch, because it's all about coming from the heart. Okay, so, and allowing that light to pour outwards, and that's what it's all about. Sharing our light, love, and wisdom, bringing back that which is meaningful to us. And I just love this card. The simplicity and truth in it is huge. I can just feel it right through my body. But simply love. So simply love your family, your children, your partner, so on. and you know, the way he's got his hands on his son's shoulder there. Okay, that is huge. Just touch. The power of touch is amazing. And giving that care and healing to others, and that time and compassion. And I feel that's something that comes really natural to me, and I like to issue that out to others. It's not something I try to do, it just comes out. And those of you who have that kindness and have that care and that healing and whatever that is, you don't have to be an official professional healer. It's what you bring as you. You are powerful and you're beautiful and amazing in yourself, so trust in that. A lot of us have hidden our true selves because we've been damaged by the world and by other people, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. Okay, we've been hurt. People are mean, they're horrible, they're absolutely horrible. People can be real shit. Okay, but you know, trust, believe in yourself, expand. When you're hurt by people, I was telling a client recently, it's like you're contracted, that person, oh, everything was contracted. Okay, we want the opposite. We want to expand. Okay, okay, and allow yourself to shine. Trust in yourself and trust in your own wisdom. Take time for yourself. Okay, it's so important, and to really develop that divine connection. Take action steps, whatever you feel guided to do. Okay. And really elicit harmony for yourself, you know, and your loved ones. It's a period of great releasing and letting go, and allowing whatever comes to you. Just allow it to be and do your best to get through it. As I said, that firstly, I saw that helmet there, the silver, the protection, okay, the metal. But also the message is quite opposite to that too. It's refusing to see. So are you refusing to see? Are you refusing to look? Do you have people around you who are not hearing you? Do you feel alone in the world in that way? Are you downtrodden? So there might be a period of time where you feel like that. But around that, see the blue and the number 2, and 2 is about intuition, and we're in a 2 year, which is about, you know, intuition and knowledge and truth and illumination. Much illumination this month. And as I said that, I just noticed the third eye symbol in the helmet, right on his third eye. Okay, don't close yourself off from source, okay, from God and from the light. So allow that as much as you can. If you can infuse yourself in that light and your belief and trust in God, and feel good when you rise in the morning and have moments to yourself, it will make a massive difference to your day. So this is about breaking those chains. And as you do, see how the light comes when that happens. Trusting your intuitive feelings, okay? And this one's win or lose. I mean, it's quite a dramatic one. This is the suffering, the pain, the sacrifice, all the stuff that's happening out there. The blood sacrifice, the war. Oh, earth being stabbed, that's what I'm getting at, feeling right now. Earth being stabbed, okay? Being attacked. Yes, it is, in different ways. But what else does it represent? Strength, force, light, power, belief. And of course, there's the heart there, so that represents your heart and your intuition. All those things I was mentioning. It's a beautiful green grass and a fresh new beginning, okay? So amongst all the storm and chaos, there's truth and there's light and there's hope. That is the grander message. As you explore your own self-knowledge and you become aware more of truths within and around you, that's when you can grow and become a better person yourself. And then spread that outwards to the world. Okay, so just to add to that, nowadays I can actually make videos that are longer than 15 minutes. Before I was stuck to the 15 minutes, and I would like talk really fast and go like, oh shit, like let's get all this info in. But now I'm not, so some of my videos might be a bit longer. So I'm kind of enjoying that freedom, not to feel so limited. Limitations is this world that we've been in, limited, squashed, okay, sort of in the slave system that we're under. But you know, it's time to break free from those chains and do your part and step out there and be brave, and despite the naysayers and all those people that are going to try and run you down because they don't care, they only care about themselves, or they're out for their own agenda, whatever it is, people being rude in your face on social media, whatever it is, okay, move on. I know it can hurt and it's shit, but don't dwell within that, okay? I think I said that word shit lots of times in this video, but that's where I'm at. I'm human. I do swear, okay? You know, and I want you to see that part of myself, okay? So yeah, I think that's about it. So wishing you a beautiful month. Please do stay in touch. You know, chat with me on Facebook and so on. Leave messages. I do like to, I love to receive those positive messages. Then I know, you know, that having that interaction means the world to me. It's funny that any time that I'm feeling a bit down and feeling like, oh, why am I doing all this? It's all for nothing or whatever. You know, we all have those. It's funny, like at those times, I get a message from someone, a complete stranger will write in and say, thank you for the work that you do, or I read your articles and, you know, they were helpful or whatever. And I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God, thank you, angels. And that means the world to me. So keep that communication open if you want to discuss any of these topics that I'm going to be, you know, talking about as much as possible, as much as I can, when I can. And I hope that you be on board with me and doing your part, okay, in the world. So don't lose trust and faith, okay? Love you loads and all the best, and talk soon.